Welcome back to Holiefy. Have you ever felt like you are working incredibly hard during the day, only to sabotage your own success the moment your head hits the pillow? Today, we are unlocking the 5-minute mind shift. This is a powerful, science-backed protocol dedicated to reprogramming your subconscious for success before sleep. Modern neuroscience shows us that the transition period between wakefulness and sleep is a highly suggestible psychological state. During this narrow window, your brain begins producing alpha and theta waves, creating a direct pathway to your deepest belief systems. If you fail to manage this transition, you inadvertently program yourself for anxiety. But if you harness it, you can literally rewrite your neural pathways. Get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's explore how you can fundamentally change your trajectory using just the last 5 minutes of your day.
To change your life, you first have to face the end-of-day reality. Let's be honest, when we are tired, frustrated, or uncertain, our own mind becomes our greatest enemy. Without conscious intervention, the noise of a difficult day manifests as 3 toxic loops in our brain. First is the doubt loop, asking, will I ever be able to fulfill my dreams? Second is the fear loop, whispering, what if I fail? Today didn't go as planned. Finally, there is the time loop, creating panic that time is passing by and nothing has happened yet. Psychologically, this hesitation and sense of failure are exactly what keeps your goals out of reach. It creates a self-fulfilling prophecy of stagnation. But here is the good news. This default setting can be changed tonight.
Let's talk about the science behind the 5-minute subconscious window. During your normal daytime state, your conscious mind is fully active. It acts as a rigid filter, using logic and doubt to constantly block your ambitious thoughts. However, as you enter the pre-sleep state, known in psychology as the hypnagogic state, a profound shift occurs. The lowering barrier of the conscious mind drops, meaning your subconscious lies completely exposed. This is critical because the subconscious mind accepts whatever it is told as absolute reality. It cannot distinguish between a real event and a vividly imagined one. Therefore, what you feed your mind in the 5 minutes before sleep effectively bypasses your critical thinking. It implants directly into your subconscious core, setting the operating system for the next day.
Before we implement the solution, we must run the pre-sleep mindset diagnostic to see where you currently stand. The default routine for most people involves lying in bed tense, anxious, and overwhelmed. They spend their final waking moments replaying past mistakes and daily failures, or internalizing negative comments from others. The physiological result is insomnia and a deeply compounded sense of self-doubt. We must pivot to the optimized routine. This requires entering bed calm, grateful, and receptive. Instead of ruminating, you are actively visualizing future possibilities and deliberately ignoring the noise to protect the goal. When you execute this optimized routine, the result is profound. You achieve deep rest and awaken with rapidly growing self-confidence. This is the difference between surviving and thriving.
To achieve this optimized state, we utilize the pre-sleep reprogramming, or PSR, framework. This system is broken down into 3 actionable pillars. Pillar 1 is release, which means to clear the canvas. This involves shedding today's failures and the negativity of others to reach a neutral emotional baseline. You cannot paint a masterpiece on a dirty canvas. Pillar 2 is reprogram, where we plant the seed. This is the active phase of using auditory affirmations, spatial visualization, and deep gratitude to directly activate the subconscious mind. Finally, Pillar 3 is record and rest, where we set the compass. This entails calibrating specific goals and physiologically preparing your nervous system for deep restorative sleep. Together, these 3 pillars form an unbreakable nighttime architecture.
Let's dive deep into phase 1, release, or clearing the canvas. The psychological law here is simple. Before you can build tomorrow, you must unburden yourself from today. Action A requires you to aggressively let go of bad experiences. Today's plans may have failed completely, or you may have faced harsh words from someone you respect. You must learn to hold the experience to understand it, but deliberately drop the emotional weight. Action B is about boundary setting. You must silence the detractors. People will inevitably say it's impossible or claim it's not for you. Successful minds operate differently. They focus solely on the target and remain entirely deaf to the noise of others. Clear your mind of their limitations tonight.
Let's reframe how we process adversity through the alchemy of a bad day. We use a mental model called the failure extractor diagram. When you encounter today's failure, you must pass it through a cognitive filter. Your brain wants to dwell on the pain, but you must intervene. You must extract only the lesson learned. What data did this failure give you? Once you have the data, you must violently discard the negative emotion, the physical tension, and the useless self-blame. By filtering your experiences this way, you realize a powerful truth. Today's failure is merely tomorrow's preparation. Remind yourself of this fact constantly. The more you fail, the more you learn. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply raw data for your success.
Moving into Phase 2, reprogram. We now focus on planting the seed. With your mental canvas clear of today's debris, it is time to meticulously implant the exact reality you wish to manifest. This is done through a multi-sensory approach. First, we use verbal reprogramming, which involves affirming your possibility aloud. Your voice carries a specific resonance that your brain recognizes and trusts. Next is energetic reprogramming, which is the act of anchoring yourself in present gratitude. You must feel good now to attract good later. Finally, we utilize spatial reprogramming, which requires actively visualizing the specific future you desire as if it is happening right in front of you. By combining these three modalities, you override the brain's natural negativity bias and establish a new baseline for success.
To properly execute Phase 2, we rely on auditory and energetic triggers. Remember, your subconscious believes whatever you consistently tell it. As you lie in bed, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat your future affirmation. I can do this. I will be successful. My dream will come true. But affirmations alone are hollow without the right emotional frequency. Ambitious dreams require the positive energy of current appreciation. This is where present gratitude becomes your energetic trigger. State clearly, I am grateful for my life. I thank the universe for what I have. By grounding yourself in thankfulness, you shift from a mindset of scarcity to abundance. Conclude by affirming, I will receive better things every day.
When manifesting, vague thoughts yield vague results. You must construct a highly detailed mental blueprint. Do not just casually think about your goal. You must draw a vivid, three-dimensional picture in your mind using three distinct layers. Layer 1 is the environment. Where are you? See yourself physically standing in the exact position of your fulfilled dream. Feel the textures and see the lighting. Layer 2 is the status. Who is around you? Visualize specific people looking at you with deep respect and actively acknowledging your hard-earned success. Layer 3 is the most critical, the emotion. How does it genuinely feel? Experience the profound emotional relief and overwhelming joy of living your desired life, right now, in the present tense. Emotion is the glue that makes the subconscious accept the vision.
We now enter Phase 3, record and rest, where we finally set the compass for the night. This phase is about transitioning from the mental realm into the physical realm. You must translate your vivid mental imagery into concrete directives, and then intentionally let your physical body power down. The first step is the directive, which is the act of writing. By physically writing down your goal, you are giving your subconscious a precise, inescapable target to work on overnight. The second step is the release, which focuses entirely on sleeping. You are systematically calming your central nervous system so your mind can process the new programming without the toxic interference of physical or emotional tension.
To execute the directive, we use the goal calibration matrix. A dedicated diary by your bed is an absolute requirement for this. The subconscious mind fundamentally ignores vague wishes. It only acts on specific, time-bound directives. For instance, a vague wish is, I want to start a business. The subconscious doesn't know what to do with that. Instead, write a directive. I will start my own business in 1 year. Instead of, I want to lose weight, command, I will lose 10 kilograms in the next 6 months. Instead of, I want to be rich, write, I will be financially independent in 2 years. Writing these hyper-specific statements right before sleep essentially assigns your subconscious a tangible mathematical problem to aggressively solve overnight.
Your mind cannot do its overnight work if your body is in distress. Therefore, we must initiate the physiological wind down. Absolute success requires high-quality sleep. If your body remains tense, your mind simply cannot work efficiently to solve your problems. Follow this 3-step biological shutdown. First, breathe. Take remarkably slow, deep breaths to physically and manually lower your heart rate. Second, listen. Play calm, ambient music to intentionally drown out any residual mental chatter or environmental noise. Third, command. Take authority over your physiology. Tell your body explicitly, out loud, I am relaxing now. By forcing your physical body to stand down, you give your subconscious total permission to take the wheel for the night.
What happens when you do this correctly? You experience the reprogrammed awakening. When you faithfully execute this 5-minute framework tonight, your tomorrow morning changes completely. You will immediately notice 3 things. First is clarity. Your mind wakes up incredibly fresh, entirely devoid of yesterday's heavy emotional residue. Second is power. Because your subconscious has spent the entire night organizing its resources around your precise goals, you will feel a surge of direction and energy. Third is confidence. Instead of waking up to dread or panic, you rise with a deeply fortified belief. You will instinctively know that achieving your dream is strictly a matter of time, not a matter of chance.
As we conclude this session, I want you to remember one indisputable fact. Your dream is absolutely possible. The only difference between those who actually achieve their dreams and those who remain permanently frustrated is simply how they manage their minds when the day ends. It all comes down to those final moments. I challenge you to strictly maintain your belief. Take deliberate control of the final 5 minutes of your day, every single day, and confidently let your subconscious do the heavy lifting while you rest. It is a simple formula with profound consequences. Change your night, and you will fundamentally change your life. Thank you for tuning in to Holiefy. Put this blueprint to work tonight, and I will see you in the next video.